Hey, 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 what's up, everybody? Nobody's here yet, so let me do my thing. I should bring my keyboard in here. Nobody's here yet, so let me. Well, alrighty then. All right, so, oh, okay. Look like YouTube done changed a couple of things up. So let me see something really, really quick. So there's that one, and there's that one all by its lonesome. So we're going to get rid of this one. All right, so what's up, everybody? I know I just put this up. Um, One of the reasons I had stopped doing um, a lot of lives was the lack of participation for somebody that wanted for people that wanted the unbridled truth. Um, until I come across stuff, I usually save my lives for coming across stuff. I know that I have only a very few people that actually follow the channel like that. And so that don't bother me because people get to do what they want to do. But for those that's asking, I'll have a lot of people ask me why don't I do a lot of lives and stuff. And this was part of the reason. I got one channel under attack, but on this channel right here, a lot of people don't show up to this channel like they do the other one, even though I put the message out there like that. So it is what it is. But I have a lot of things to share and discuss. So for the one person that's up in here, if you can get the message out, um, and it'll be most welcome. I got a lot of brothers that's working late too, as well. So that's kind of an element that's happening as well. So a lot of things are going on. Um, a lot of things that people aren't aware of, and I think people should be aware of. And so that's what this is about. And this is all stemming from the jealousy of the brothers that were able to escape all this matrix like situation and the success that they're having in a way that BWs will never have. All right. Not in general. And because And this is what everybody understands, because they are so willing to give themselves to somebody else. Hey, what's up, Tom, Tony? And what's up, Esso? Because they're so willing to give themselves willingly somebody else. They will bend over backwards to be what the other person need. Um, this is when the Afro family fails in the United States, and this is something that a lot of Caucasians need to understand. All right, when the stuff that they done works so well on the Afro people, oh, then they use it on everybody, and you see that now. It's amazing. It's amazing the hypocrisy of the people of the United States, not the politicians. Politicians have always been crooked. One of the things people liked about Trump was he was a businessman, and they expected him to be business harsh, this, that, and the other. Um, and they didn't expect to agree with everything he said, but they knew what he was about because he said what he was about and did it. So you could disagree with him. He didn't smile in your face and stab you in the back. But when you look at the people that accepted the politicians over a businessman in a system that people are swearing is a corporation, then you got to question the people, not the political system. All right. And if you're going to question the people and not the political system, and realize that people are running the political system, and realize that in the foundation of the country, it was founded on um, racism, indentured servitude, chattel slavery, pillaging, plundering, grape, and theft. All right. Then you can't expect much good to come from that when the people that got people to accept that or to want other people to forget that history, then forget the history, so, and then they don't improve themselves. All right. But the linchpin in all of this is how the Afro people are treated. All right. Because how the Afro people goes, so goes the nation. Because people don't realize it, the Afro community is the canary in the tunnels. Period. And for us, Afro people, I'm going to demonstrate that we are at war with our own. Never mind the white people. Until we are brave enough to deal with what the BAW is doing to the community, you'll never win. We'll never win. All right. And the reason why we won't win, because we refuse to leave. The Most High said, separate, sanctify thyself, separate. We were supposed to separate from the wickedness. We're either supposed to get out of its way or push it out of our midst. Since we don't own the system under which the laws are made, then the easy thing for us to do would have been, all right, if you want to act a fool, no, we're not going to create children with you. We're not going to marry you. We're not going to talk to you even. We're not going to have you in men's conversations. All these dudes that got these platforms that have women up in their platforms, you're not solving anything. And the fact that you are giving equal weight to the very people that's caused the problem says that you're not interested in fixing things. Because you got a lot of these people that are Hebrew Israelites, Hoteps and stuff. And one of the things is when we're talking about spiritual issues and what's going on with the community, It's stuff for the it's a conclusion for the men to come to judgment on. We're supposed to judge that which is destroying the community. How do we know it? Got the book called Judges, and judges are set up. Women should not be a part of that. Not the young ones. It's up to the old ones to train the young ones, and it's up to the men to take care of the community. But a lot of people ain't going to like that because the men have become weakened, and men could get stronger, but the man have become weakened because he values clicks, he values fame, he values acceptance by the many. In other words, wickedness have become a political staple. Hey, what's up, King Groove? Wickedness, what's up, Cortez? Wickedness has become a political staple. That's what it. And the idea of politics is to convince as many people as you can to like you by telling them what they want to hear, not by actually solving a problem or an issue. Because most people don't want to do what's needed to solve whatever the problem is. Y'all know this. When you tell people the truth, they don't want to hear it. You know the true channels that's about the truth of everything by how many people are afraid to look at it or promote it. Let that marinate for a moment. You have many people that don't want to deal with the truth, that don't want people to know that they listen to somebody that tells the truth, especially if they have an understanding that many that they want to be in the group. So we are about a groups. We're about this group thing. Okay, let me break down this group thing, brethren. Let me break down how this group thing works. So, a lot of people would prefer to be a part of a group, right? And so, if there is something that someone in that group won't accept or afraid of, those people are then afraid to do that. Um, when you look at the people traveling, right? You got the most dangerous things that I think is happening is you got a lot of dudes, black men, trying to exploit other black men because they see money to be made. So they're making all these groups and these passport brother groups, the passport this, that, and the other. All right. And they're making groups where people funnel money to them. All right. And so what's going to happen? All right. What's going to happen and what's happening now is this, that for all the people that are thinking about, I need to travel, I need to get out, I need to do something different. I need to do something better. You better do it now, because the people that's making these passport groups that's different from the original ones, that's exploiting this phenomenon, they're going to destroy the legacies of those who haven't yet decided to do something for themselves. All right. So, as I wait to see if any of the regulars are going to be coming on, right? I kind of put the message out, but like I said, this is a slow walking channel. Right, Cortez. We have a lot of we have a lot of grifters. We have a lot of grifters, right? And 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 we also have a lot of people that don't follow the original people. So I have a brother. Um, I have a brother that's been getting very upset at people because you got a lot of people in these groups using a lot of my original content, but they won't give credit to where they got that content. And they're being caught out. And I'm being told by a lot of people, you need to listen to this person, you need to listen to that person. The only person I give a pass to for some of my ideas is Sotomayor, because we started this around the same time. It's just that when they were shutting him and me down, I never got my channels back. So, and he got his channels back, so he was able to maintain something. But there's kind of a systemic shadow banning of my channel that goes on, right? But then too, I'm giving you the raw truth, so push come to shove, if people don't get the message, then that the real message, and they go to the people that make them pay for it, then that's on them, right? Now, with that said, Tommy trying to make his way back to YouTube. Well, good for him. Good for him, right? Y'all understand that I've never done this to be popular. I was just spiritually concerned about the things that were going on, to the point where I said I should probably do something about this. All right. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second, real quick. So we're going to get into what this is already always we're going to get into what this is about. Is my thing picking up? Hold on for a second. And what I'm going to point out here is, I hope this thing isn't attached to anything. See something real quick. What you say to me, man? Okay, no. I don't know what it's attached to, but apparently. All right. I don't know. All right. So, yeah. So basically, you need more forceful truth tellers on here, right? and that's the only way that this thing is going to survive, right? You need the real truth tellers on here. So now let's start breaking some stuff down. One of the things you got to realize now, and this is strictly for the brothers, we are at war with the BW. All right. And if you don't understand the nature of the war that we are engaged in, then you're in danger. And I'm just saying, men in general are in danger in the United States, but no one more than the Afro men. We are easily set up and destroyed by lies because, one, we don't really have representation like that in the legal system. All right. The Caucasian man is destroyed by them too, but at least there's somebody to represent them in the legal system. And remember, the legal system was built to protect them, not us. And you're disingenuous not to realize that. All right. You're disingenuous not to realize that. All right. These new ninjas are. Well, yeah. Hold on for a second. I'm doing well, brother. I'm live now on YouTube. What's up? Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. So now let's get into some things that I've been saving up for just such an occasion. Guess this is attached. All right, let's get into some things that I was saving up right now. Okay, let's go on down the road. All right, I want y'all to pay attention to some of these, and we can discuss. All right, and I'm gonna play these in a particular order. Let's see what this one. Caption 3. Okay. All right, I'm gonna play these in a particular order and get this thing started, right? Now, and we're talking about unrealistic expectations and stuff like that, but this is ridiculous. And since we are at war, we do not participate, we should not participate in giving our supply lines to the adversary. All right. We should not give our supply lines to the adversary. Now, hold on for a second. Ooh, I like this. Where's the 3? Which one do I want to go with first? This is what the single moms are going through right here. Pay attention to that, to this, right? But there's another issue here.
And I'm currently a defense attorney. You need to understand something. I'm currently a defense attorney.
All right, understand this. This is what the legal system is. And so, how do you avoid this if you're an Afro man? Don't get caught up in it. Don't allow a BW to put you up in it. All right. Remember, we got to start looking at them differently now. We have to look at them as if they work for the system until they don't. If you find one that's not working for the system, that's going to be hard to do, then that's the one you get with. But I recommend get passports because the thing is, a lot of them are beholden to the system, and a lot of times they put you in it when they get the most angry at you because they know they have this in their back pocket. So why even go there where you're walking on eggshells and you can't be a man in this society? Most married men that are not involved in a long-term marriage yet, where if the woman puts that man in jail or something, right? If that woman puts that man in jail, they'll feel like, oh, I could just get another one. The older ones, not so much. Hold on for a second. Hey, bro, I'm live on YouTube. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Yeah. All right. Something was wrong with his thing. Okay, hold on for a second. Brother, I am live on YouTube right now. Brother, I'm not even in the United States. All right. And so, and this is where we are. So we don't have no real support. Let me see this.
Lawyer. I'm a former
All right. So y'all let me know. Y'all if y'all can hear this. All right.
prosecutor, and I'm currently a defense attorney. You need to understand something. The first thing you need to understand is that a grand jury presentation is an ex parte proceeding. Ex parte means one-sided. That means that there's only one side being presented in the grand jury. The defendant is allowed to come in with counsel, but you as an attorney, me as an attorney, when I escort clients into the grand jury, I am not even allowed to fucking speak. The grand jury, the entire presentation is controlled, is orchestrated by the prosecutor. There's no judicial oversight. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. I'm done with this shit. You can't keep banging your head against a wall and expecting the wall to give. That shit is cement. These people hate us. They hate us. They are killing not just us. They're not killing just our men. They're not killing just our women. They are killing our children. I have a 12-year-old son. I live in Nassau County. We're allowed to have airsoft fucking guns. Airsoft pistols, BB guns. I won't let my son take one of those guns outside of our house. I have to sit him down and make sure he understands that your little white friend that you play with, he could play with the gun outside. You can't. This is fucking America. Fuck.
Well, all right. So here's the thing. She was a prosecutor, right? She was a prosecutor. And some of the times, these women don't have a problem working the system until they have skin in the game. The Afro man always have skin in the game. The only Afro man that don't realizes he has skin in the game is really a politician, because he suckered himself into that kind of thing and he sold out to whatever party he's a part of. And if you notice, they toe whatever the party line is, no matter how much of a lie the party line is. All right, so I want y'all to understand this. All right, so you got some that are worried about that. But the problem is what they have taught these women. The problem is what they have taught the young girls, which is why brothers are escaping. All right. And this is why I said escape as things implode. I'm saying make stuff, right? Get involved with a type of job, merchant marina perhaps, that you can do outside of the US. And then escape for a minute. Go into the wilderness for a minute. All right? Because you got to realize that it says in the New Testament, which I read it, right? But they give you a warning. They say we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against rulers, wickedness in high places. All right. All right. So you can't beat them by playing their game. All right. You can't beat their adversaries or you can't beat their weapons against you by playing their games. All right. When they say we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities, that's a lie. We wrestle exactly against flesh and blood. The Most High has been teaching us this in the commandments, in Proverbs, and all this, that, and the other. That's what he meant by sanctified. That's why he says you move away from people. What are people? Flesh and blood. All right. When these people, I don't hate the sinner. I hate the sin that's in it. No, the Most High says those that get involved in wickedness and tries to destroy his people, he has no love for them. All right, so who is his people? That's another thing. His people are those that follow the commandments in their heart. In other words, his people don't need everything to be written down because they're not looking for a way to break something. They're going to keep the spirit of the commandments. Hey, what's up, Netsman? They're going to keep the spirit of the commandments. All right. And this is what you have. You got some of the people here that they say, oh, okay, we are going to keep keep the commandments, but we're looking for the scapegoat. We're looking for the loophole. And you see this in A lot of the way people teach you about these laws, look for the loophole. Look for this loophole. Let's exploit loopholes. So what is getting involved in this kind of a, like, when it, and they do this about, oh, hey y'all, let's make this money by finding the loophole in the laws of the Caucasian man. All right, we don't want to be like him, but that's who exactly. How is that? That's it. If you're looking for the loophole, now it's one thing to look for loopholes in the tax code to keep money you've already earned, because they break their own laws by giving you an income tax and then taxing you with the sales tax and then taxing you on say when you buy a used item that has already been taxed. All right, yeah. So that's one thing. But we're talking about people trying to game the system. When they had the PPP loans, all right, you had a lot of people that look for a way to game the system to get money to buy new cars with. And now a lot of them are going to prison because it was a trap the whole time, which we tried to tell them. We tried to tell people it's a trap. It's a trap to get the greedy. This is like the pyramid schemes. These are traps to get the greedy. And they are effective at getting the greedy. But then you got another set of principles, another set of things that's going on. Hold on for a second. And a lot of people understand another thing. People understand that a lot of these people are faking success. All right. And what I mean by that is they're saying we're successfully getting these dates, we're successfully getting these men, we're successfully getting involved in these relationships.
Things that's mandatory that you.
All right. And then we are contending with this BS. All right. So here's another lesson, brethren. Any woman that starts off with as a man, immediately tell her to shut the F up and get out of your face, to leave your presence. This is what I'm saying. They don't belong, this type of woman do not belong on any kind of footing near any men. We're talking about men. And a lot of these boys and fake wannabe dudes have these women all up in their podcasts and give them airtime because they are just as wicked as these women are. Yes, I called these men wicked. Why would I say that? And it took me a while to understand it. Why would the wicked let the wicked speak? Why would the wicked try to work things out with the wicked? Why would the righteous, okay, hold on, let me rephrase that. Why would righteous men let wicked speak? Have any kind of airtime? Why would the righteous men think that they could work things out with the very people that have utterly destroyed the community? Why would the righteous think that? Right? So any woman, any woman, your mama even, that tries to tell you what a man should do, not do, should be, is not worth listening to. Only a man can tell a younger, soon to be man, how to be a man. Manhood is effed up in the so-called black community because this thing has been lost on the B-dub. And they have taken too much leeway in so much leeway in this that they have destroyed their boys. Remember, the stat is this: the worst place for a child to grow up is in the home of a single mom. The worst single moms in the United States is the single black mom, statistically. What we didn't know and soon found out is this: that when we look at the success rate of children that grow up in a single father's home, it is statistically equivalent to the child growing up in a dual parent home of both his biological mother and father. Let that sink in for a minute. So this is something we should not allow. This whole thing right here.
As a man, there's certain things that's
Let's keep it real. Off the top, as a man, come out her mouth, they should have shut her down and told her to walk out. But this is the stuff they allowed her to say.
mandatory that you should pay for in a relationship with a woman, okay? For example, her rent. That's number one. No woman should be paying her own rent if she's in a relationship with a man, all right? Her car payment, her light bill, her groceries, absolutely. She should never pay for groceries. Her gas.
So they offer you nothing, but you're supposed to pay your rent and their rent, your groceries and her groceries and stuff. What she wants is a slave. Chattel slavery, almost. Right? Because if she get mad, she'll call 911 and have you behind in jail on some false charges. All right. So let's continue.
Gas, her insurance, because I mean, if you're paying her car payment, you might as well pay the insurance as well. Don't you care about her safety? Yeah, pay the insurance. Shopping, okay? Your woman should never have to spend her own money to shop. I mean, what is the point of her having sex with you?
And there it is. What do we call that? A woman who is involved with a man for money. The modern day BW has turned into nothing but a high dollar. Man, what was that man's name back in the Civil War days that took them women? Colonel Hooker? Was that his name? Colonel Hooker? But yeah, Slore.
For her good health, no. Take her shopping. Diamonds, okay? Diamonds are a girl's best friend. So if you're in a relationship with a woman, it is mandatory that by the 6-month mark, you buy her some diamonds, okay? And if your girl wants surgery, pay for it. Why not? Guess who's gonna enjoy it? You. So
now I want you to understand this. Understand the wicked mentality that is on display here. That they're wanting you to do everything because you get joy out of looking at them or using up all your resources on them, and you get nothing back but a bad attitude and some worn out stuff that you could get from anyone else? Think about this. You can get the box from almost anyone else for less than that. If you're a thug, Thug got to do is bring a tree, right? And then women wonder why brothers are leaving them alone.
Yes, get her a new pair of jugs because you can play with.
All right, and this is their only worth. Cosmetic surgery, fake eyelashes, fake hair. And instead of raising children and building a legacy, they want you to waste your finances and resources on them, right? Now, here's the other thing about this. This is what's destroyed the so-called Black community. Because instead of buying stores that everybody say, Jaka Slumar and all the rest of them, these panderers to women like this, they say we need to buy stores and this, that, and the other. But you can't buy stores when you have no help from this population of women. Why not? Because they expect you to spend the money that you should be saving to make a store to give your son and daughter's legacy, that you should spend it on them and all the fake junk they want. And you would say to yourself, ain't that utterly ridiculous? Well, yes, it is utterly ridiculous. But see, here's the thing. Hey, what's up, Space Rice Crispy? Hold on, let me go to this one when he said Shahrazad Ali. Okay, so hold on, let me see what other. Okay, so this is what we have here. We have a situation where we got a lot of fake stuff. We got a lot of dudes that's catering to these kind of women, right? And these Keishas and stuff are getting mad at the brothers that are leaving. Now, here's the problem that they're having with the brothers that are leaving. A lot of the guys that are leaving and going and spending little time in any of these places, what's happening is they don't want to deal with the BW when they come back into the United States at all. They would rather save their money up to go back to where they first visited. Right? And so yeah, Shirzad Ali, along with a few others, had exposed this and said that this is what it was going to come to. But it's gotten so bad. The nature of this has gotten so bad that even in court, they are a problem. And remember, in these situations, in court, you got nothing but, hold on, I'm going to let you see for yourself. In these court situations, remember, these women are going and these governments are giving them grants, the BW, right? They're giving them grants and only them. And they're giving them grants so that they would have something over the men. All right? Now, here's the thing. Hold on. So, this is how out of control it's gotten. This is how out of control it's gotten.
Listen to me. If you allow your child to treat you,
it's not. That's not even.
Ma'am,
the stuff happen with parents.
you're here for whatever I say you're here for.
I'm trying to hear.
All right, I'm not accepting the plea. I'm not accepting the plea. She's gonna do jail time. If she takes a plea before me, she's gonna do jail time.
What do you mean? Because it's like you telling me
If
I'm a mom and
you keep talking, she's gonna do more jail time.
Ma'am.
So what do you have here? What you have here, you have a 21-year-old going off on just running her mouth at the judge because her mom told her that she didn't have to respect anybody because her mom didn't respect anybody. She don't respect her mom, which is why she out and pregnant at 20 with no man, right? She's going off on a judge who is also a black woman, as you can see. All right. So when you teach your daughter that she don't have to respect an Afro man, then she don't have to respect the black woman either. See, they teach their sons to worship the women, but they teach the daughters not to respect any other woman, not even their own mom. Because daughters don't respect their mom. Daughters use their moms the same way they use their dads, in the same way they use their man. Right? They use their man to get the money from child support and stuff, and then they use their child. Understand this. They use and weaponize their child against the man. Oh, I got an example of that too.
Miss Val, Miss Camille, I need a contempt order, 20 days.
You going to jail?
Okay. So let's talk about this for a second. Hold on. Let me throw this up here so that y'all can see I'm serious about. Let me see where that is. There it is. WYD. Okay. See, brothers, brethren. This is why we need to get these passports, because it is this serious, right? Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this. See, people laugh at this, but this is.
Don't you got a girlfriend? Why don't y'all go make a baby?
What that got to do with my baby? Cause I got a girlfriend. What that got to do with my baby?
I don't want her around my kid.
But if you got a boyfriend, it's cool. So you
Why
can make
are
a
you
boy.
worried about me? What the fuck?
So
Now, allow me to point out the weakness in the dude. We got to make a decision. We got to not play any games with these. Period. If there's an ultimatum, There's no let me pick them up for the weekend. You can't teach nothing. It's all or nothing. Either she raised them or I raised them. And that's where we need to get to. All or nothing. We need to stop letting society tell us that, well, we should just pay the money and then take the child and see your child. Seeing your child ain't going to do a damn thing. Because whatever you teach your child, soon as they go back to the mom, it will be destroyed. All right. We need to stop that. In these courts, all or nothing. Either she get them, I get them. I want them. Ain't no back in the old days. It's going to be back in the old days. Ain't no, if she wants child support, then she wants to raise that child by herself. She ain't going to get no break. The only time she get a break is when she give up full custody to me. That's where it got to go. See, we've been playing with these things and not using scripture to see how to really deal with these things. If they want this system, let them waddle in it, right? But let us not take any part in it, except for what she ties us to. So if it's the child support, just make sure that's maintained. Get your stuff together, pack it up, move to a more man-friendly country, and let her deal with that on her own until she decides she wants to give up custody, full custody, so that you can raise the child up in a way that it should go. Because they know that the child is better off with the father.
You can bring a boy, but I can't bring no girl around.
No.
So I'm paying $1,500 in child support, and I can't see my baby.
No.
And there you have it. And she's looking at the other woman in the car. And she's saying, I'm manipulating this dude. I am destroying the child in front of your face just because I feel like it, even though he's doing what he's supposed to do. Because I'm a no good woman and I do this stuff out of jealousy. I bet you if he said, all right, that's okay. But then again, he was raised by a single mom, so he don't deal with this thing properly. Some of the times as men, we got to know when to let go. We got to learn when to let go. All right, that's been our biggest failing as men. We don't know when when to let the stuff go. All right, we don't know. And we should know. Only now are they starting to get this. All right, but the now is too late. Hold on for a second. Put this up. Do this early. And so the link is up for anybody that has any commentary, because I'm gonna play this one, and I want y'all to peep this. This is
What do you think that is?
Ooh,
now. I want y'all to understand this. Every time they get on there, they say they're winning, but they don't understand how much they're losing. All right. All right. So the link is in the thing if you want to tap in. All right. Understand this. They say they're winning because they got these jobs.
not gonna like my answer. One thing that they did during slavery is that they made sure to emasculate the man, right? And then make the woman powerful. And the reason why they made the woman powerful is because primary caretakers of the babies. And we're gonna do everything that we can to make sure our babies live. Things are
No, that's what they knew that the woman wasn't going to do. And we know that these women don't do everything they can to make sure the babies live because they lead all women in abortions. Oh, and this is a good one. They give them the contracts to spread the same destructive mess in Africa. Now, here's the thing. The reason why it's not working as well in many countries in Africa is that if you paid attention to Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, Central African on the kind of western side African countries, they don't refer to their landmass and where they are as the motherland. They refer to it as the fatherland. If you listen to Torre, he refers to Mali as the fatherland, the land of his fathers, the land his fathers built. All right. So understand this. So they're not weakened by identifying their moms, the women, the wives. The wives understand their responsibility, and the men understand their responsibility. The wives know only too well that they can't go fight men in battle like the men do. You've not heard of them assassinating the women leaders because the women leaders bow to the European construct. All right. They go after the men. They tried a number of assassination attempts on Torre. Why? Because the men are the threat. And it's easy to get the women to sell out their own. And this is what we have in the United States. So even in the midst of this, when they're trying to tell the truth, they can't tell the whole truth. Women don't do anything for their babies. They use their babies as a check. But they're having this conversation saying that women are winning, but they're not winning. Hold on for a second. The women are looking for rest, but they don't have it because they have no man. They're looking for men to pay their bills, like that other woman said, but they're looking to keep the money that they make from the job too. Right? They want to keep the man broke because they've been trained that the power structure in a home is who has the most money. So if they can get the man's money plus keep their own, even if they come in, because the black women on average make less than black men. But even if they come in and black man gives him part of his money, say they have a child, she hit him up for child support, she's going to keep her money and his money. And now in her mind, the power dynamics have changed because of money. Remember, the love of money is the root of all evil. All right. So this is where it's at. All right. If you want to join in, here's the link. So this is where it's at. So what we have here, is women that want to tell the truth, but they can't really even tell the whole truth. All right, finish listening.
Put in place so black women can feel like they don't need a man.
So you think it's designed to
Absolutely.
separate and conquer?
You can tell when there's not a father in the household. The kids carry themselves a different way. And you can see that they're lacking something, especially the boys. This narrative about being this independent black woman. Did you never hear another race say that? We need to get...
All right. And I'm going to stop it right there. Because you never hear another race say that they are independent of men. You never hear that they are independent of men. All right. So these women have set themselves up for failure by being traitors to the Afro community, by betraying the Afro man, by abusing their children, by using them as checks. And even in the midst of all of that, they still can't tell the truth of their culpability in the destruction of the community through abortion, through how they raise their children. And then they still make false allegations against the men, even though all the stats show that the men have been the most involved in a child's life when permitted to be. When the Afro man is raising the children, they are very involved in children's life. There's a thing, Afro men love teaching children stuff. We just do. Right? We love teaching children stuff. Venus and Serena Williams was taught how to play tennis at a high level from their father, who knew nothing about the game, but was watching TV and said, I could teach my daughters that. This man got beat up, got teeth knocked out, and all the rest of that stuff to teach his girls some stuff. And the way they disrespected that man is something awful. But then again, that's par for the course with the modern BW. All right? Right. They do not care about the children. If a woman cares about the child, then they would stick with the child's father. Period. Back in the day, they understood that part of duty. But these women, nope. Right. And it only worked in Nigeria because Nigeria they seek after that, or they pride themselves, unfortunately, on Western culture. They like being educated by Western culture to say that they are. But now that everybody's turning their nose up at the Western culture form of education, the Nigerians aren't looking too hot, especially when they sided with France against Niger. Nigerians are looking very bad. They're looking like sellouts now because of siding with France and ECOWAS to try to stop Niger from getting independence from France. But those countries joined together, and those countries have brought pride to the African continent. And here's the thing. Black Panther, the character, was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby so that they can have a regal character that was very intelligent. The intelligence of Reed Richards. He was on par with Reed Richards. Right? All right. And then, out of racism, they get Afro people to dumb them down. Remember, Harriet Beecher Stowe's book, Uncle Tom's Cabin, Uncle Tom was beaten by Sambo. Because there's always a Sambo, somebody willing to beat up the good Afro people to weaken them on behalf of the master. And that's what we have now with Ta-Nehisi Coates and all the people and what they did in the movie. All right, that was by design, by Kevin Feige, but that was by design. And they knew they would be able to get Black directors and writers to nerf this dude and have a bunch of men bowing down to women. At the same time, the real countries in Africa were fighting for their independence and were getting it. While we got crazy people over here worshiping the coochie of women, those people were recognizing that it was the land of their fathers. And even the women knew that. So what happened? The men rose up and said, we don't need the French exploiting our resources anymore. We're done. So we're getting rid of the French puppets, making our own deals. All right. And then send a message to the Russians to let them know we're going to be fair with you, but you ain't running SH here either. They canceled their gold contract because it had expired. Now, they'll renegotiate it. And I'm sure Russia will get some favorable conditions because Russia's making deals with them. Like we should have been making deals with them. Well, not we, but the United States. But no, the United States was going over there urinating on them too. Like we got a major army. All right. And now we don't like the friends that they made because the United States didn't have the foresight to look at them as equals. Now they're superior to the United States, at least morally superior. Oh, and they're richer in the United States with all their resources. The only thing they don't have is stuff to destroy the world so many times over. Now, the other thing is when you do look at the society of the United States, They have this movie out, Godzilla Plus One, and people loved it for the destruction and the death in this. And I was like, what kind of a country is it that is so fixated on evil characters and death? I had a woman that I liked in San Antonio, and she had her daughter watching horror movies. And I asked her, why would you put this spirit in your daughter like that? It disturbed me to the point I didn't talk to this woman anymore. And I haven't forgotten that either. I still think about that. And they made it destructive. Utterly destructive. Go ahead, King. Hold on. Let me pop you up in here. Go ahead, King Groove.
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing this evening?
Man, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, man. I see you looking like Blade with them glasses on, man. You
Hold
about
on.
to chop them up.
Hold on. Look, bro. I got my keyboard in the other room. Should have brought it in here.
Oh, shiznit.
I got it. Man, I'm gonna have to bring it in here. I'm gonna have to switch my setup to the other side. That's all right. Man, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bring my keyboard in here. Start singing. But anyway, yeah, so I was looking at this, right? And all of this, right? In all of this, America is going to be destroyed. And they're starting with the Afro men. I don't think the Caucasian men are going to take that lying down, right? And some of the Afro men are standing up, but the majority are going to go down with the ship. And these women are going to take them out, right? Now, here's the thing, the remnant, there's a spiritual remnant, and the remnant have been getting ghosts. Because we realize you do not fight the wickedness on the wicked's turn. Bottom line, we are in their space. We are in their space. Bottom line. This is the BW have bought into the system, so she don't belong to us. She belongs to the system. She don't belong to the Most High. She don't belong to the chosen. She belongs to the system. You got some sisters looking for the chosen, and some are being chosen by the chosen. But we got to recognize that the majority belong to the system, and they're going to have a lot of dudes following them into that system to their utter destruction. But that's going to be on those dudes. But you got the remnant that's not going to go along for that ride. And so, and a lot of people are missing that. A lot of people are missing that. And hold on, let me put this up by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Hold on, let me put this up real quick. Because I thought this was like, I listened to a lot of her speeches because she talks about things in the way that I do, or see things, because she sees it from a biological science mentality thing. But listen to this.
Genetic survival, and they are threatened by black male masculinity.
Threatened by black male masculinity. But they're not the only ones threatened by it. So is the BW. Why do you think they put dresses on their sons? On our son?
Preach, brother, preach.
All right. Here's the thing. The BW is not only threatened, but jealous of it, because instead of having the power that we have, instead of sharing in the creativity that we create stuff and then want to share it with them, we create stuff for them. Instead of doing that, they wanted the perceived power of the YT system so that they could then come into the home and say, we now rule over you, Afro men. The only women on earth that does that.
Then it will occur, I have to reduce his masculinity. Yeah, we just recently had the president at Morehouse have to say the male students cannot wear high heel shoes and dresses and carry purses. So something is happening, again, within the total context of a system of racism, white supremacy. Neely Fuller, who wrote the textbook for victims of racism a number of years ago, in the late mid-70s.
1970, late to mid-70s.
He used to say in the system, because he was the first person to talk about racism as a system.
And that is Neely Fuller.
And he said that as the system of racism, white supremacy moves on, the system is going to have black men wearing dresses. Now, to hear that in the 70s, people said, oh, this is way out. And here we are. Do you see, there's some black pediatricians who are saying we are developing epidemic levels of the effeminization of young black males.
Now, I wanted to pause that right there. Who said this? Brother, who did you brother, King Ruth?
Yes, sir.
Who did she say says this problem is existing?
Shahrazad Ali said it in '89, bro.
No, but who did she just quote as saying this? She said, black what? Pedia what?
Yeah, .com.
Black pediatrician. Not
Yeah.
.com. Black pediatrician. Hold up, what does that tell you? Who do black pediatrician, what does a pediatrician work with?
Children, and it's a woman, usually a woman.
So the black
I've never seen
pediatrician.
that man pediatrician.
Okay, you got a bunch of pediatricians. They're doctors that work with children. Black pediatricians are saying that this problem exists. Black pediatricians are saying that this is a problem. So if black pediatricians are saying that this problem is growing in mass, then who is culpable if we're talking about something that the pediatrician is noticing?
The mother.
It's the mother. It's the black single mom. It is the black single mom. because this is a problem that pediatricians are noticing. So they're not looking at teenagers. Teenagers are seeing adult doctors. But when we're talking about pediatricians, we're talking about children all the way up until their adolescent years, just before teenage years. I want y'all to let that sink in. All right? Let that sink in. That's how bad this is.
Well, I say the pants sagging down is just a subconscious invitation for homosexuality. You see, it's revealing the buttocks. See, so the pants are getting lower and lower and lower. The next step is to step out of the pants altogether. So you step out of the pants, you're going to put on a dress. Your feminization is an essential ingredient of white genetic survival, and the only thing that can prevent it is black people becoming conscious or becoming determined that this is not going to happen to them, because if the black men are destroyed, then the black people are gone.
Let me back that up again.
Drop jewels right there, brother.
Not going to happen to them, because if the black men are destroyed, then the black people are gone.
I want y'all to understand that when the men of any race are destroyed, that entire race is destroyed. I told y'all before anybody else start, well, I'm the one that came up with it, that the man carries the seed. It's all about the seed. And we got to be careful of who we plant the seed in. We can see that for the most part, we can't plant seeds in the modern day BW. All right. So we got to leave and find women in other cultures that will value our seed. When we plant the seed in those cultures, our seeds grow healthier. Way healthier than if we were to plant them in the women in this in the United States, in that culture. Why? Because we wouldn't be in battle with the women as we raise our seed to be men. All right. Now, when the pediatricians are now alarmed by what's going on, you know it's a damn problem with who's raising these children. And when we talk about black pediatricians, they are looking at Afro children. So these women are destroying these children in droves for the pediatricians to even be alarmed about it. Brothers, this is the message. You notice that a lot of people ain't on this live stream. A lot of people didn't subscribe from my other channel. They didn't move over here. Like they went to Tommy, because we are our community are God worshipers. We worship other gods. We make gods of other people. and we follow them around and worship them. We are more interested in them than the truth. So we won't follow the truth around. We will only follow personalities around. And these people have used these personalities to a level of success of utter destruction of us. Hold on. How bad is this destruction? I'm going to tell you how bad it is. This destruction is such that you got a bunch of dudes arguing who's the GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. All right. But here's the sad part about this. And this is how I understand this argument. The people who say Michael Jordan is, they are saying because the game was played by men then, and they acknowledge there was some manipulation. They acknowledge Jordan's flaws. But the people, the modern day dudes that are LeBron fans, they deify him, which then pisses off the Jordan fans. Because they don't think Jordan is God. All right. But they don't think no man is worthy of being deified. Oh, yeah, they do better. Remember, the Afro man is the most involved in his child's life. And that's why they do better. All right. So basically, every child, if you put the child, they did a study where they put black children with white moms, and they did better than they did with black moms. Our women statistically seem to not give a damn about our seed, the children, a future, any of that stuff. I wish I could say that. I don't think that, but when you look at it, it is what it is. And I grew up in an orphanage, so I know. And then I was out in the streets, so I know. Go ahead, King Groove, you back.
Okay. Yeah, something was going on. It kicked me out. Yeah, man. I mean, shit, but shoot, brother. You know, the fact that you don't get the recognition from a lot of these so-called for black men and black male empowerment and protect yourself black men channels, it's a travesty, man. It's a lot of jealousy, a lot of hating, and let's be real, it's a lot of cooning going on too.
Well, here's the other thing, though. If they were to, they can't. The dudes running these things can't acknowledge me because I was one of the original people, right? And so if they were to acknowledge me, then they're afraid that the traffic that they have would come onto my spaces, and they just can't have that because they're not interested in the truth. They're interested in being seen, saying something. That's why they repeat stuff that they find off of my channels. And some of the times I'm okay with it because the message is getting out. But in the way that it is getting out, I don't think a lot of people understand what is what a lot of the things I'm saying exactly means. Because they water it down so much. So yeah, then it has that kind of a problem too.
It's like there's no soul in it,
Uh,
no context. There's no meat in the work. Like you really have to be about that. It has to be a passion for you to try to protect your people and stop this foolishness. If you're just doing it for a check or for views or attention, it ain't gonna come out right, and it won't be blessed by the Most High.
right. And yeah, General Tito and Black Ram, he's been around as long as me. I got that B Dub from him. When I use B Dub, because I was BAW and then ABW, just a version of that. But the B Dub, that came from him, right? Now, now that I got my keyboard down here, I might do a little preaching because um, that I can make a. I need to figure out how to do that. So I got the Roland Phantom 6 61 key, and I could do some pretty decent things with it. But in this, right? In this, a lot of us have been silenced by this new group of people that's chasing views, that want to be an influencer, right? Like that's a job. What's your job? I'm an influencer. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'd rather be a builder of something, use my hand. And this is why I take things into communities. All right. And even on my Facebook page, when I show what I've been actually doing, a lot of people will talk bad. Oh, you ain't doing SH. But then you see all the stuff I'm doing in the favelas, just sitting down in the favelas, not just walking through, having them put on a show, but no, sitting down, just chilling with the fellas, playing games with the children and stuff like that. That people don't look at that before they open their mouth and like, well, what are you doing? All right. Like I just brought 2 basketballs here. Now, understand here in the DR, the type of basketballs I brought, that leather, um, the Wilson NBA basketballs, the one with the grippable leather and stuff. Them things cost $100 here a piece, right? I was like, oh, it's cheaper for me to just bring them here when I need to get this business done, because that is my business, looking out for those that are looking out for the youth. But see, a lot of these dudes, they looking for clicks. They ain't trying to help nothing. That's why they got a lot of women up there that they arguing with. They're trying to make points against what women are saying, and they shouldn't even be in our conversation when we're talking about fixing the problems, because in order to fix the problems, you got to call them out. And when you see their hands involved in all of this, you see a lot of BLOOD on them hands. You do. Oh yeah. So I have to work with this one. I just got it. Yeah. And so I just got it. So if y'all want to so there's a dude, Mr. Senor Sanchez here. He's the one that trains the guys, and Oh, Lord have mercy. May I call him by his name? All right, this is not. What? Hold on, here it is. I think this is everybody. Oh. So what Senior Sanchez is Club Orlando Martinez. So I learned about this club where it gets his name from. Basketballs here. So like in Brazil, they built these clubs to confront the drug epidemic and to give children something to do. Hold on, I'm gonna get this guy's name because I mentioned it in my TikTok video. Jose, Senor Jose. Yeah. So Jose turned out we're turning out to be friends and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So it is a level of malevolence that's going on, not just with them, but all these clout chasers, and that's what we have here. We have a lot of clout chasers that's taking other people's material and they don't want people to see the truth even in the, and so this is why I say, brothers, we must separate not only from the BW but from those following them, from those using them, from those still engaging with them, because that's the same wickedness that the Most High said we supposed to separate from. All right, we're supposed to find like-minded brothers, right? And as we find the like-minded brothers, and the brothers seek out like-minded sisters, and or wherever we get the women from, we can then build a new community after all of that. All right, but we can't build with these women or these dudes because everybody's compromised, looking for clout, looking for money. The love of money, the root of all evil. So with that said, brethren, all right, I'm about to shut it down. I will holler at you all later, and I'll probably try to do another one. 10 is 10. Hold on. I'm gonna do another one. I might set my stuff up here. Man, I wish some of your other brothers was over here in the DR.
Having a ball over there, ain't
Well, not really. I'm just chilling and waiting on my new passport because I ran out of spaces.
you? Okay.
So I need another passport, and it's quicker here. Hold it, tennis key. Why do they want me to go to the reception? Hold on. Um. Hold on. Hold on for a second, y'all. Let me see. Hola, hermosa. Estoy aquí en mi habitación. Yo hablo con mis amigos no YouTube. En vivo. Okay. So my Spanish is coming back. Oh, but anyway, so that's that. So let me bust a move, y'all. And I'll holler at y'all at the next one. Brother King Groove, thanks for showing up in the panel shot. And I'll
Peace out,
probably
my
do another
man.
one of these Wednesday, day after tomorrow. All right. So
All
peace, love, and woo, I'll holler at y'all.
right. Stay safe out
All
there,
right.
bro. Salute.
All right. Oh, don't forget, my donation link is in the description box. My email is in the description box. Remember, before you donate to anybody, make sure you take care of yourself and family first. Um, and let everybody know that Wednesday around the same time, I will be back up here because look like my reception is going to be good here. All right, so peace, love, and so I'll holler at you.
Sí, estás hablando con Julie. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Te quiero mucho.
Oh,
Lo que
okay.
pasa es que te estoy diciendo que como tú estás en Lincoln Suite, para que hable con la chica del lobby, o sea, de recepción, y que le diga
Okay,
que te
hold.
ubique dónde queda Boca Chica, porque yo estoy a una distancia muy lejos. Estoy muy lejos de ti, lejos.
Okay. So, so I'm gonna go down to the lobby. Look like somebody's there to meet me by surprise. So I'll holler at y'all later. Peace, love, and soul. I'm out.